Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm wanting to try something new, and so maybe this might be something that might become like a series. I don't know, we'll see. But so this is actually going to be the Nintendo News of the Week. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with some sort of like special effect or something for it. But so this is just a kind of a roundup of things that have actually been released and came out through this week for Nintendo. And so, very first thing that we actually have to look forward to is actually an announcement that I've actually reached 3,000 watch hours for the channel. And as thanks to all of you, I greatly appreciate and thank you all so very, very much. And it's like going to allow me to actually begin the the road for monetization, where I can actually say that I am a YouTuber or whatever. And I just couldn't do it without all of y'all. So now we're going to get right back into this video. So the first thing we have is some leaks and rumors. And so the very first leak rumor that we actually have was released by Nate the Hate. And if you know him, he is actually a very credible source for his leaks. He tends to be very deliberate about what it is that he leaks. He's not really much into speculation. Like, a lot of his stuff turns out to be true. And so he's actually released recently about a Star Fox game, a new game actually being in the works. And if I'm not mistaken, he said it was like a new Star Fox, like the traditional Star Fox, where you're actually there and you're flying the plane and you're going through and shooting all the enemies and everything. Like, and of course, obviously, it's going to be like in the 3D world, unlike some of the others. But like the last Star Fox game I actually played was Star Fox 64, which was really fun. So I didn't play the other future iterations, but a lot of people don't know about Star Fox outside of seeing him in the Super Mario Galaxy movie and probably just referred to him as, hey, that's the guy from Smash Brothers. They didn't actually know about a Star Fox game. And he also said that there were in the works for a brand new like the Adventures type, which it got a lot of hate for it, but I really didn't mind the Star Fox Adventures. It was completely different, unlike a Star Fox game, except for like toward the very end. But it was still just a fun game, and so I would actually, yeah, I don't know. I would actually really looking forward to this and seeing what they're going to do, who's in the works for it. A lot of people have been talking about it. And so if you've actually played a Star Fox game, comment down below. What's your favorite Star Fox game? Or maybe you've not even played a Star Fox game. Maybe the only way that you've actually been introduced to Star Fox is as that guy in Smash Brothers. But you can comment down below if you've never played a Star Fox game, or if you are excited about this news of the possibility for a new Star Fox game. And the very next game one we actually have, I'm sorry if I do not pronounce his name right. I was trying to look at it, and I really couldn't figure this out. But I want to say it's by Special Nick. I don't know. That's just how it's put in here. But he was talking about excuse me, the rumor about that a Luigi's Mansion 4 game is in the works. And I wrote something, or it was in a previous video. I can't remember. It was like for the not a partner direct, but a Nintendo Direct like speculation video. I was talking about that it would be cool to have one coming up for the holidays for last year. And so if this is actually true, and maybe it might be coming out for later on in the year, like the holiday season, I think that would be spectacular. I absolutely adore the Luigi's Mansion series. I've played all 3 games, and I've beat all 3 games. I'm really kind of wishing, fingers crossed, maybe that they will actually do a remaster like what they did for Luigi's Mansion 2 for Luigi's Mansion 1. So we can actually bring it over to the Switch, and I could have all 3 games, or if this comes out, all 4 Luigi's Mansion there for the Switch, and just have them all lined up and just look really nice. And along with that, there actually is, he said that there was actually, Nintendo was pitching for a Luigi's Mansion movie. I don't know what they would do for that. I mean, I guess I could see how it could lend itself to a movie. I mean, what would the story be like? I mean, I guess it could just him exploring through the mansion or like wherever it is that they happen to be at. But I don't know how I feel about a movie. Because I really do like the game, and if it turns out to be true that this is in the works, I have a feeling that whenever it is that they announce for the movie will probably be roughly around the same time that they would announce for there actually being a game. Because much like how for the Mario Galaxy movie, it was like roughly around the same time that they announced for the release for Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. So maybe if that's how they will start releasing some of the games that they have for wanting to do for movies. So I don't know, but comment down below, what's your favorite Luigi's Mansion game? Or maybe you haven't even played Luigi's Mansion, and again, if you are excited about this rumor being true, because I know I am. I would really love to see Luigi's Mansion 4. And so moving right along, not a leak or a rumor, it was actually confirmed that because there was much speculation about it, for the Elden Ring Tarnished Edition, it has actually been confirmed that, yes, it is coming to the Switch 2. We already knew that. But we weren't exactly sure if it was going to be a physical, if it was going to be a coded box, or everything. Well, it's been confirmed. It will be a game key card. The actual size for this game, because this is the base game along with the DLC, actually comes to 75 gigs. So you wouldn't be able to fit it on a cartridge anyway. So it has to be on a game key card. But the pricing for it, when they released it, saying for $79.99, and everyone was just losing their minds about this. Just all going off the rails. It's $80 and it's a game key card. How could they do this? Why are these games so expensive? But if you go through and you actually look and dig a little bit deeper, the pricing for it, for the Tarnished Edition, which was the base game plus the DLC, if you actually looked for it on the PlayStation Store, it's $80. Or if you look at it for Steam, $80. So it's the same price. Yes, it's just a game key card. But it couldn't fit on a cartridge either anyway. The only way that they would have been able to do this would have been maybe if they did just the straight base game of Elden Ring on a cartridge, and then if you bought it, it gave you the licensing, whatever it is, to download for that extra, the DLC would actually be able to download for the extra game, or make it just a whole separate thing for you to be able to do. Not like its own separate cartridge for just the DLC, but maybe just to be able to buy it, almost like what they do for the upgrade paths. So for something just like an actual DLC bundle that you could buy for it. And so then Actually, this was done for today. Well, today as of recording this. So it would have been yesterday, whenever it is that maybe you are watching this or when this video posts. But so Level 5 had its Vision 2026 event. And during this event, they actually had some pretty good announcements. Now, these are actually I see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the top 4 things that they actually showed throughout this event. And I really wanted to show this to you. But first, let me just thank you to all the old subscribers and the new subscribers. Thank you for everyone that watches the videos, throws a like, throws a comment on here. It all helps the YouTube algorithm. It helps me so much. I respond to every single one of your comments. I just want to be able to stay engaged with all of you, and just to let you know that I see you, and thank you so very much. It helps me keep going, like no matter how crappy my day is, to see just one more subscriber, just see one comment to be able to respond to. It means the world to me. You all mean the world to me. This channel is by you and for you. And if I just ask that if you do like this content, please do throw a like on the video. And if you are someone new or even a returning viewer, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. Help me to reach my goal for the year. And just thank you all again so much. With that out of the way, get right back into the video. So the very first thing that we actually have, that it wasn't like, this isn't in sequential order, but for Inazuma 11 Victory Road, this is actually it's confirmed that it will be coming out physically in Japan on June the 11th for the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, this has been released for a while now, but it's been digital only, which I was very upset about because I absolutely love anime. I have not watched this anime, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. And just it's got like RPG elements mixed in with the soccer elements for it. And so I was really curious on how they would work this out. And they've actually been doing free updates to this game periodically since it's been released. And this actual physical release that is coming out will contain all the way up to the 4th biggest like a DLC upgrade that they've done. So all that will be on cartridge for the Nintendo Switch 2. I did not see that they actually had a price point for it. Yes, I'm trying to look at it here. Nope, it just says that it's going to be releasing. Doesn't have it like for pre-orders or anything like that I see right now. And the very next thing that they actually have is for a dungeon crawler. This is actually a kind of a remake of this game, which I'd never even heard of it before, which I probably should, being that I love as much RPGs as much as I do, especially dungeon crawlers and turn-based combat and everything else like this. I don't know what the combat for this is, but this is actually going to be for Snack World Reloaded. And so this is actually confirmed to be coming out on the Switch 2. But while Level 5 is known for putting out its games physically, it wasn't confirmed whether that this would actually be getting a physical release or even a release date window. It's just announced that this game will be coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. So that's something to kind of be on the lookout for, I guess, in the next coming months, for maybe they will actually release that. Maybe this is going to be physical. When this will it be sometime this like later on in this year? Maybe pushed it out until next year. And the very next thing they actually showed for some additional like new gameplay for a game called Holy Horror Mansion. And this is actually going to be the spiritual successor for the Yokai Watch. And so if you know what Yokai Watch is, it's very much similar to Pokemon, but your yokai they don't evolve like Pokemon, but it is where you're actually capturing these different yokai monsters, as you will, and then they battle each other. But the battles are different than the way they are and for Pokemon. I have not played any of the Yokai Watch games, but this one actually looks a little bit interesting. We'll see as they gets closer to its actual release date, and you get to see more gameplay and get to learn a little bit more about this game, what it actually is all about. So this might be something for you to be on the lookout for as well, especially if you are a Yokai Watch fan, or if you're an RPG fan, or like Pokemon, if you don't mind being an actual Pokemon clone. I mean, I don't think this is exactly a clone, but the similarities there are there. And the very next thing that they actually have, the last big thing that I remember I got from this, was they showed a new trailer for Professor Layton in the New World of Steam. This game has been in development for a long time. And when I say a long time, at least like 2 years since the last time, like when they was like first announced, if not 3. I can't exactly remember off the top of my head, but this, I've not played, just full disclosure, I have not played a Professor Layton game, but I know that it is a critically acclaimed series, like a puzzle adventure, and a lot of my friends have, like, they get on to me. It's like, how have you not played a Professor Layton game? I was like, I just haven't. I looked at the cover for it. It didn't just grab me and make me want to try and buy it. I mean, because I remember seeing it on shelves, like back in the day, but I just never pulled the trigger and never got the games. So, but this might actually be my very first Professor Layton game that I get, and it is. So they just actually showed a new trailer for it, and it is confirmed that it is still going to be coming out later on in the year. They didn't give an exact date. This just late 2026. So we don't know when that will be. And at least it narrows it down a little bit. So you know it's in the later half of the year. So you have a couple of months before anything else probably more definitive as the end of the year drags closer. So it might actually just come to fruition. We get those release dates and everything else for it. And to round out this video of the games that actually released this week, so I'm going to give you my pick of the week for games that were released for this week. And this is just based upon how my week's been going. I am in the mood for just to sit down and to play a cozy game. So my pick of the week for a game that I would have picked up if I had picked up any games this week would have been for Tiny Bookshop. If you actually watched the video that I released previously talking about games that were coming physically here for the Nintendo Switch during this month, this was one of the games I highlighted. And so it is actually a management sim game where you're running a mobile bookstore. You get to stock it up on all the books in this little cozy seaside town, and you're moving around to try to make sure that for the people of the town to come and get the books that they want. And you just get to go through, so you can get to do fiction, nonfiction, science fiction, fantasy, like all the different genres, how many you're going to be putting inside of your, like for the bookshelves. And then the people just come through and then they're going to buy your books. And you get to update your little shop, get to add little chairs for people to sit down, maybe umbrellas for in the shade, and just different things for you to be as a management sim thing. And from what I've heard from the reviews so far, it's gotten like really good reviews and a very well regarded game and just a cozy good time. And Lord knows that with just everything going on in my life at the moment, that cozy, being able to relax and just take a breather. I think we could all need those times in which we just need a breather. And yeah, that's me for right now. So that is my pick of the week. And that wraps up this video. thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoy this video. And if you, like again, I said, if you do, please do throw a like. And if this can actually get the views and get the likes and everything, something that I feel that y'all are wanting to see, I can do some more. Just let me know. And so, hope you all have a great day, a great night. God bless you all. I'll see you all next time.